And welcome to the first Ragebrew Q&A, where I answer your burning questions from a bunch of weirdos that have been voyeuristically watching me on the streets of Seattle. Let's wait to see if any of them show up. I gave them a link. Not my usual ranting video, but, well, it's a Q&A. People want to know who the fuck is Brad. Wait, who's Brad? I'm Brad? Oh, neat. I love a good nickname. So, give me your burning questions so I may answer them. Say I'll do this for about an hour and then, I kind of do podcasts, Mike. You know, that's effectively what this is. If someone wanted to listen to me rant on for an hour and a half over audio, okay, I could do that. But I'd rather you see my beautiful face and get the full experience of my emotions going on. About a pack. Trying to cut down. I've gotten to a half pack a day at times. I'll take a moment to look at that now. Project Venus. A little settlement, as it were. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on this trying to make a, kind of an arcology. Not nearly as much as one, though. Looks neat. We could do better. Because they're cowards, will be. All those Proud Boys and white supremacists and alt-right rejects, they talk a big game, but they're all a bunch of cowards. The moment you show any form of opposition or resistance or a threat to them, they will run away because they are cowards. I've never tried chewing tobacco. It does not interest me. If someone wants to dislike me, so be it. That's their right. You don't have to listen to what I have to say, and you don't have to agree with my opinions, as is your right. But instead of just going, fuck this guy, he's stupid, I'd rather you come in here and ask me some questions. Let's see. Yeah, any questions you guys have, hit them with me. If they do show up, we fall back. We go along the established evacuation routes that security has set up and regroup. We wait for them to wave their little flags around and go, woo, yeah, we got them out of here. Fuck off. And then we return, just like we did with the police. Because if the police can't get rid of us, those fuckers can. We'll just come back. Until the job is done, Ulish. You know, I sleep in that thing, and I brought it there to serve as a rolling barricade. If that Suburban gets turned into a fireball next week because some weirdo decides to hurl a Molotov in it, no great loss to me. I brought it there to keep people from getting hurt. If shots are fired and people get hurt, we evacuate. We drag them out of there. And the folks who are legally carrying, because Washington is an open carry state, I could walk around the street with my long arm strapped to my back and I am legally in the right, will do what they must to protect others. And if that involves returning fire, that will happen. I own a lot of guns. I've got the big blue box, which is a double door locker on wheels, about, you can't see how wide, but about as wide as my arms and a little bit shorter than me, full of guns and ammunition and cleaning supplies. Because I like guns. But I have no reason to bring them down. I don't need them. I'm just a gargoyle at the gate. The only weapon I have is a pointy stick. It is a very nice pointy stick, very sturdy, but it is just a pointy stick. No, I do not worry that this situation will turn into a Waco incident because the eyes of the world are upon us. If the police, the ATF, any of those whack jobs roll up and start shooting at folks, the world will see their crimes, and they will see why we are in the right. We are just practicing our First Amendment right. Oh, you're inconveniencing people. People are dying. I don't give a fuck about you being inconvenienced. People are dying, killed by police. Innocent people, no less. Because in America, you are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That's not just some bullshit they say at the start of Cops. That is the law. I like astronomy. I like space. It's full of neat stuff. No, my end goal in my existence is to watch a star go through its entire life cycle one day at a time, from gas cloud to fiery explosion. Smokey, I do not watch that much anime. There's a few series I've been interested in, like the original Ghost in the Shell. That was neat. Appleseed, that was neat. Cowboy Bebop, that was awesome. I watched Gurren Lagann, Kill La Kill, few other stuff. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I watched that, but I only watch it if it's interesting to me. And a lot of shows aren't all that interesting to me. I'd rather learn new stuff. That's why I spend most of my time watching, if I'm watching anything, is information. That's why I say, you want to know where I get all of my info from? SFIA, Science and Futurism with Isaac Arthur. Watch Professor Fudd tell you why we could colonize space right now with the technology we have right now. We simply don't have the will to use it because where's the money in it? Fuck the money. Human progress is worth every goddamn penny, every blood, sweat, and teardrop it takes. Yeah, it's not true, Kepler. The police will incarcerate you for resisting arrest, and that will be your only crime. You didn't let us arrest you, so we arrested you. And that is why, Mike G, everyone has the right to a speedy trial. You can demand to go in front of a judge, and they have to, by your constitutional right, get you in front of a judge as soon as possible. Uh, Frankly, I think, Ulysses, that the cops should be equipped with the most effective protective equipment that we can provide them. So they could soak an AR 15 round to the head and be just fine because they're wearing fucking ballistic plating. They can just soak that shit up. Instead of wasting all their money on APCs, they should be buying fucking power armor. We are working on exoskeletons that will allow folks to carry around a half ton without any issue. The only problem is, oh, what about the power supply? Put a fucking generator on the back of that thing. I'm fairly certain my little fucking diesel generator I use while camping could provide more than enough power to operate a 500-pound carrying capacity exoskeleton. Yeah, will be. I don't like the people who come to the shop just to get fucking high. This is a fucking construction site. Where is your hard hat? Where is your safety vest? Why are you drunk on my work site? If I was trying to pull that shit back when I was working construction, my boss would tell me to get the fuck off site and come back tomorrow when I'm sober. Don't get me wrong, I'll smoke a bit of a doobie while I'm having my lunch break because it makes it easier to eat food, but I won't get stoned off my gourd. No bomb squad armor for everyone. Sure. Armor that can soak up a civilian grade assault rifle round. Give that to the cops. I am fine with that notion. But I'm fairly certain that would cost a lot less than, an armored vehicle that they only use when the people are protesting what the police are doing. Yeah, it's resisting detention. I've done nothing illegal, and yet you're trying to arrest me. What is my crime? Why am I being detained? Well, you're being detained for resisting arrest. For what crime? For the crime of resisting arrest. No, fuck that. That is some straight up jackboot thug totalitarian state bullshit that people are being lied to say that's just the way it is. That's just how it works. No, that's how you're making it work so you can get your fucking power fantasy off.
Yeah, butt scratches.
Augmented reality would be neat. I'm totally down with fucking augmented reality. I would like to live in a world where my glasses can provide me real-time information about everything I'm looking at. You know, what the fuck is this thing? Quick Google search. Oh, it's whatever the fuck. That'd be neat. Having little visual overlays where, you know, you can have your fucking advertisement signs going on for your fucking noodle shop be a little 3D holographic projection that I see in my glasses. Go for it. Yes, I agree. All police should have law degrees because that is how a lot of nations are running their police, and they have, you know, a handful of murders by police officers every year instead of the, you know, 1,000 and change that the U.S. population does. No one tells me to go on watch, Wilby. I just go. I pulled up one day, planted my ass there, and said, "This is where I'm going to stay until the job is done." I'll do a few walkabouts to other sites at night to check if they're doing okay. If I think, you know, no one's done that, but like there is no chain of command there. It's a bit of a problem. You know, we need our competent individuals to tell us less competent individuals how to best do our jobs, but I don't have to obey the orders of anyone that I disagree with. If I think your idea is bad, I will tell you as such and try to find a better, try to provide a better one. I'll be going back tomorrow, Smokey. I worked 6 days on site and I took a weekend off, 2 days. Because all work and no play make rage a dull boy. Plus, there's a lot of shit here back at the house that I had to take care of. You know, I just went down and talked to my neighbor about coming to an agreement on selling off half of my acreage to her because I don't need it. I need money because I have fucking bills to pay. But she could use it. I literally can't develop the back of my house because there's a stream that goes right through it, protected wetlands. I can't do anything to it. I have no service access to that area, so why fucking own it? Outside of having the land. Well, I don't need the land. I want to sell the land, so I'm going to sell the land, and I had to be here to do that. Oh no, the fucking police stations didn't get gifted anything. A part of their police budget is buying military surplus gear. They fucking give money to the US military so they can get brand new shiny toys. Your taxpayer dollars providing chemical war crimes against civilians. Fuck that noise. Because really, I keep telling people that one of the reasons I am there is because there are war crimes being committed on US citizens. The use of chemical weapons and the assault on medical personnel. Those are war crimes. Well, you see, but we're not at war, so it's okay because why is it okay? Why am I not allowed to tear gas a guy with an assault rifle trying to kill me because he thinks that'll get him into paradise with 72 virgins, but the police force are allowed to indiscriminately launch that shit into a crowd of civilians? No. Fuck that noise. Yeah, there's a bit too much racism going on in there where, you know, well, my opinion doesn't matter because you're a white guy. Ooh, how delightfully racist of you, sir. You can be racist towards white folk. We don't have to deal with the systemic racism that goes on in the American community because that shit is targeted towards brown people. But by telling someone that the coloration of their skin invalidates their point, you are being racist. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's why when people ask me, you know, who the fuck are you? A sapient human being. That's all that fucking matters. I'm a human, you're a human. She's using the land for her horses. Actually, she works as a cattle rancher on her as a hobby, and She would like more land to let her horses go forth and frolic and do other stuff eventually with. I don't know. I just need the dosh. She wants the land. Let's make a trade, shall we? I'm even cutting her a deal. I think white privilege is a fucking blight because these people have never actually had to deal with sorrow in their lives, and they think because they've never had to deal with it, it doesn't exist. Go suffer a bit. It'll change your mindset. Figure out what it's like to walk around in holy shoes that you can feel every puddle and pebble in. Starve for a week. Not just, oh, I've barely eaten anything. No, eat nothing for a week. Tell me how that feels. It sucks. I've done it. I frankly feel a lot of this white privilege bullshit would be lessened if more white people actually knew what it was like to suffer. Oh, my first world problems. Try dealing with a third world problem for a change. It'll really open up your eyes to just how nice you have it. I play games, Will Be. I like Star Sector, Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, Cave Acute, Stellaris. I play a bit of LoL, played a bit of WoW. I got out of that shit again. Let's take a look at the old Steam library. Oh, I also play Space Station 13. That's where my icon comes from. It's a chibi shaft miner from TG Station. Someone made me because I asked nicely and they liked the idea. Now let's couple other games. What do we got? Gone at 60 Parsecs, Battletech. Ooh, I love Battletech. Crusader Kings, Darkest Dungeon, Dominion 5, Dungeons of Dreadmore. These are just the games I've installed right now. Kenshi, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlords, Noita. That's a fun one. SCP, Secret Laboratory, Stellaris, Terraria, Total War, Warhammer 1 and 2, Void Bastards. And that's just what I have installed on my rig right now. I have 5 acres. Because that's what these zoning plots were set up as, 5-acre increments. And I'm trying to get that rezoned into 1-acre increments. I mean, Charles, if you fucking want to come up and live on my property in your van, you're more than welcome to. You're bringing your own shelter. That makes it easier on me. I don't have any... here we go. Only bit of weed I have on me on hand besides these things. I like vapor carts. They're very efficient. I am all about that efficiency. Efficiency is my main objective in life. The more efficient you can do something, the better you do it, because you are being more efficient. And there's a whole lot of shit going on in the world that is incredibly inefficient. Why the fuck are we still doing it? Oh, tradition. You mean peer pressure from dead people? Folks 100 years ago could not imagine living in our world. This would be the height of science fiction. We have a man on the moon. We have a deep space probe that has left our solar system, and I am able to broadcast my voice and words to 18 people through the power of the internet. The folks who were making laws back then could never have imagined needing to make a law for the situations we find ourselves in. I like Terraria too. It's got, storyline and progression. Unlike Minecraft, which is just... The progression is how much time you put into Minecraft to make your structures interesting. I imagine some folks are thinking that, an expert. I see that as a very efficient way to use the land. It's an empty plot. There's nothing on it. Why not put tiny little houses for people to live on? Why not build it up into a massive structure for people to live in? An apartment complex for homeless people. Why not? Oh, the cost. So fucking what about the cost? You are helping people. You are helping those. I will not be your dad, but I will be a friend. Will that work? Let's drop this in the chop again for anyone who missed it the first time. And water's fine. There we go. Another drop into the Markness chat to see if we can lure anyone else to come over and ask questions. Dad. Yeah, nah, I don't want to be a father. I've got a couple of genetic disorders hiding in my genes, defective ticker, degenerative diseases that will chew apart your spine and leave you a cripple for the rest of your days. Hey, but it's what you guys call me. No, I am Brad to you. Okay. I'm fine with nicknames. You know my actual name, but you can call me whatever the fuck you like. Just don't try to insult me. If you try to insult me, make it a good one. Make it something I have never heard before. I'll actually respect you if you manage to do that instead of feel offended that you insulted me. Because I got bullied a fuck ton. And the best way I found to piss bullies off is act like I'm at a fucking comedy club audition. Ah, yes, calling me a soulless ginger. I've heard that 9,001 times. Get new material, dude. I know you can do better. Why aren't you doing better? Step up your game. Get good, scrub. I do love that phrase, get good. Yes, I've talked to many. We had a, nice conversation back and forth, figuring out who the fuck each other are, and the start to a wonderful relationship. Let's see where it goes. I'm trying to help the gal get over some of her hangups for being who she wants to be and enjoying the things she likes to enjoy. Because, frankly, I don't give a flying fuck what you enjoy so long as you don't hurt other people. Beyond that, fucking you do you, Boovla. Have fun. The meaning of life is be happy. And so long as you aren't hurting others to be happy, be fucking happy. That's why I walk around in a fucking bathrobe, barefoot. I like doing those things. Bathrobes are very comfortable. This one has a fucking hood, too. Perfect for protecting the back of my neck from fucking hot light. Ain't hurting anyone. Just looking weird. Better weird than boring. Gonna get that tattooed across my back and have the 4 voices in my head standing on it. Now, I'm not a diagnosed schizophrenic, but it... Oh! That green thing right there? That used to be a thermostat for when I had radiant floor heating that used hot water pumped through the floorboards to provide heating. It's been offline for ages, and I had wrapped that up in gaffer's tape to let me paint the walls back when I decided I wanted to paint the walls, and then I realized, fuck it. I like my walls the way they are. I like the scars. I like the stains. I like my cobwebs. Because there's history in those walls. I see no reason to remove them. No, I look at the fucking the spackled up patches that were the result of a fist going through them in anger. So, nah. I see no reason to repair my walls. They are structurally sound. They are not infested with mold. They are just a bit ugly. So fucking what? I like scars. I've got a few of them. Hey, Oliver G. What's your question? Hit me up. Happy to answer. Yeah, I like spiders. I've always found them to be fascinating creatures. My favorite kind of spiders are jumping spiders because they got those huge fucking eyes. My cat's name is Skizix. The short form is Skizzy. And she's my little murder machine. Her sister, the black one, is Sombra. And you might, periodically see a Mancoon come in. Her name is Dova Kitten. The one cat you don't see on the premises is Stoner, a stray we took in, who does not get along with the girls. I'd like to, Wilby. I figure it'll make my rant videos a little bit more entertaining if I rant while playing a game, but I have a terrible problem of when I play a game, I hyper focus on that game and just play the game. I don't talk. I just play the fucking game. And frankly, that's not very interesting to watch. I don't want to be, I want to work on my comedy routine and all that good jazz. That will come once, my work at the shop is done, when I finally feel like I can play games again. Because I haven't played a video game since the protests started. There was more important things to do than play make believe. What do you think the most efficient or effective way to get out of the traditional politics in the US? Direct democracy. 100% every single human being who is a citizen of the United States gets a say in all overbranching laws. You don't need to have a say in the laws going on in bumfuck Michigan or whatever. Where did I put my phone? But cell phone. Imagine I'm holding a cell phone. A government issued, hack checked every day by an army of white hats who make sure that no one can hack the damn thing. And oh, hey, a new bill is being presented. Let's see what it says. It's some trade tariff shit about resource allocation to places. Yep, I agree with that. That sounds like a good law. And boom, your voice has been added to the grand orchestra of democracy, and it matters. Your voice fucking matters. Your vote fucking matters. Countless men have died for your right to vote. So fucking vote. I'm into progress. However we progress humanity, I'm down for. Whatever system moves us forward as a species and allows us to be happy human lives. That is all I fucking care about. I don't know what a deep fake is, fake the world, but if it's something kind of like a doxing, you are more than welcome to know where the fuck I live. I already posted my home address into the fucking chat. If you want to fucking dox me, go ahead, waste your time on me. I am not afraid of a bunch of weirdos on the internet. Do you really want to come to my murder cabin? If you do, you're welcome to. I'll put the kettle on. Yeah, Hawaii 5-0. I took a weekend off because there was a lot of shit I had to take care of today. Fucking making sure that the lights stay on, the internet stays on, fucking my bills are paid, my larder is full. Because I got people living here that don't pay a fucking penny to live here because I got more money than they do. I can pay it for them, but my situation and due to Corona has found my coin purses being very light at the moment. So that's why I'm selling off land and shiny rocks. I apologize, fake the world. I don't know what a deep fake is, and the first thing that comes to mind is something like a dox. And of course I'm not scary. You don't have me in your presence. I'm not some internet tough guy. I'm just saying, you want to come to my murder cabin? Go ahead. You're welcome here. Oh, that's just probably Scotty taking a fat bong rip. Okay. Okay. I apologize. You just say, do a deep fake on me. I have no idea what that is, so my mind went to the first thing I could think of that was in relation to it. I thought, oh shit, someone wants to interview me. All right, I've got a lot of words to say. Nope, I want to become famous, so this is how it starts. Some random schmuck comes up and interviews you, and then people figure out about you, and then more people interview you, and then more and more, and you become more and more known. It takes time, energy, and effort. And, well, a part of my time and energy is spent sitting on a wall, which I didn't even know people were watching me. It was a pleasant fucking surprise. Kelper, how does a random schmuck watching me in my video rant about different forms of politics make a difference? They go, maybe this guy has a point. I should look into this. I should, think about alternative ways to run the world based off the technology we have on hand. And then they talk to other people and talk to other people and spread the idea of using a new system for modern times. Modern problems require modern solutions. And we are trying to find solutions to modern problems and shit that they had no idea what sort of things were going to happen. It's a reference in various literatures about a black swan event where some form of technology comes along that completely changes the paradigm for humanity. And our black swan in this generation is the internet. This instant ease of communication to the world. Anyone could watch me if they knew where to find me right now. Bree, I'm on a sabbatical. I am taking 2 days off to take care of the shit I left at my house, and then I'll be back. I intend to try to go to bed at a reasonable hour tonight, get up around 10 a.m., hop on the ferry, and get my ass back over there so I can go back on Gatewatch. Because all work and no play make Rage a dull boy. And I'll find out what the fuck is going on with all the barricade stuff and try and relay it to you. Figure out why they keep moving the Red Devil. Capitalism is a 250-year-old solution to a problem from 250 years ago. I really think we could automate the means of production, sapient, and do away with the need of capitalism, where people don't need to work themselves to the bone doing something that they absolutely despise so they can spend a few years at the very end of their life doing things they enjoy. That's what happened to my parents. My mom had 3 months of retirement before she died of lung cancer, and she was working while she was going to chemo treatment. My dad managed to last a few years more, but because his job was his fucking identity, he blew his brains out. I have directly seen the failures of capitalism in the sense that you trade your life away so maybe when you're old and gray, you can do the stuff you'd like to do. Seems like a very flawed system to me. We could do better. I don't know Space Drive Films. I haven't seen that. I can try and find the information for you when I get back down there and talk to my fellow folks working the watch. But as of right now, I don't know. My dad was a naval pipe fitter. He worked at the PSNS shipyard over in Bremerton and spent 35 years of his life doing that. Yeah, Gary Hardrock, I totally agree. I don't care what your caste, creed, configuration, or coloration is. You're human. Ergo, you have my respect. However, I reserve the right to take my respect back. Oh, Scotty's fine. He's just getting high as fucking balls with a dab rig or something. An expert, my land would be very inefficient for agricultural zone because of the large amount of hills in here and the woodland and the terminal moraine soil that is just full of rocks. South Kitsap High School. I'm a high school dropout because I got sick and tired of going to a place full of people that just endlessly mocked me, learning shit I already knew or that was not relevant to my interests at all. I have learned more just because I like learning than I ever learned in school. The one thing school is for is teaching you to love learning. Yeah. And it rose up, Bree. And we can make a better one. Why use a 250-year-old tool when we could make something better? Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Can I offer you a ox-drawn carriage to go to the market with? It ain't broke. I quite prefer using my car, but if you want to use ancient technology and ancient methodology, there you go. Go use ancient stuff if that's what you really want to do. I'd rather live in a better future than clinging on to the traditions of the past. Because all the tradition is peer pressure by dead people. This is how we've always done it, and you're going to do it that way too. Yeah, nah, I'd like to try something new. I think I can make better ideas than a bunch of dead people. Yeah, there are Native Americans in the Chaz Zone, Gary.
The wheel.
Washington has a very large Native population. The nation's smallest Indian reservation is located in Bremerton, and they turned that thing into a fucking cigarette shop. It used to be a trailer farm, a trailer park. Very low development. Well, why do I have to work to eat something that is made by a robot? Because my entire point of automation and why it's good is every tool has been created to reduce labor. First, we use the shovel to dig a hole. Then we use the backhoe to drill a hole. Now we use a titanic Leviathan machine that can scoop up metric tons of soil with every bite to dig a hole. Why not devise a machine that makes it that we don't have to work? It would be the ultimate tool. And don't give me that, oh, people need to work to find meaning. No, people find meaning in doing what they enjoy. If you let everyone do what they enjoy doing, a lot of people would be happy. Because they'd be doing the stuff they enjoyed instead of the stuff they had to. Yeah, freaking using sound to dig a hole. Using high explosives to dig a hole. One of the original uses for TNT was for land clearance. Be literally anything. If you are nearby the chop and you want to do something, just show up and do something. Go where you feel you are best suited. That's how you get a job at the chop. You just do a job. Well, get a better router. Build a better computer. That's what the entire goal for artificial intelligence is, building a better computer. Computer used to be a job. You would compute numbers, so the math would be sound. Then we made computers, the machines, to do computing. You know, mathematician used to be a job. It still is a job. But folks doing, long division, 8-digit multiplication, fractions, and all that shit. Stuff you can do on your calculator used to be a job. But now we have a machine to do it for us. Yeah, free healthcare. It is the government's duty to take care of its citizens and protect them. If you are letting them die of preventable diseases and medical conditions because, well, where's the money in it? You are a failed government because you are not taking care of your people. People are the ultimate resource. It is through people that resources are made. Yeah, micronization, Eskazi, is how technology has worked. And we are getting not enslaved doctors. Let people who want to be doctors and have machines that are capable of doing surgery. We've got machines that can work down on the near atomic level for laying circuitry for computers. Your cells are a lot bigger than an atom. I'm fairly certain we could make a robot that could perform surgical tasks. It might have to call a doctor and go, boss, there's something here I'm not programmed for. Assistance required. But for routine surgeries that are literally just cut you open, pull thing out, seal you up, why not have a robot do it? No. B, I have no fear of the legal consequences of my actions so long as I do not destroy anything or hurt anyone. Because I'm engaging in my First Amendment right to protest. Like, this is what the First Amendment looks like, folks. A bunch of people getting really pissed off about something, getting together and going, we're not leaving until shit changes. That is what right of assembly looks like. Oh, if the government turns off the internet? If you think there's rioting in the streets now, just wait for them to turn off the internet. That will be the absolute final nail in the government's coffin if they try to turn off the internet. Everyone will be out in the streets protesting. And those people who wrote the Constitution were also slave owners. And it is fairly agreed upon in historical communities that Thomas Jefferson raped his slaves. I'd rather not see a statue of a rapist. Oh, yes, I've got a damn fine maniacal laugh. Uh, a statue's a thing, not a person. A statue does not get to be taken care of by the Constitution. A statue is not a thing. And again, statue of a slave owner, statue of a effective terrorist. No, fuck the Confederate flag statues. Oh, you're destroying history. We're not burning the history books. If you want to see the history of the Confederacy, it's right there in writing. You don't need a fucking giant copper statue to know history. A statue commemorates history. I don't want the Confederacy to be commemorated. You are a failure that lasted 4 fucking years. Sorry, your heritage is shit. Oh, but the Civil War was about states' rights. States' rights to what, motherfucker? Read the articles of the articles of secession, and you will find that almost every single one explicitly states the white man's right to own the Negro, or something to that effect. No, fuck your slavery. Slavery's bad. The Statue of Liberty was a gift given to America on the centennial of our 100th year of freedom from the English. It is not a statue to commemorate slavers or a failed endeavor, but a symbol of the friendship held between France and America because they're the ones who helped us fight off the British. I quite like France. They are the mother of America, while England is the father. Martin Luther King. He is a man who fought for civil rights to try and push the whole all men are created equal thing. I would change all men to all humans are created equal. But no. What bad thing did Martin Luther King do besides break laws that were fundamentally flawed and made to dehumanize him? Try harder. Tearing down a statue is destruction of property. It's just a thing. A shitty thing, no less. A thing that represents failure and violation of human rights. And the rich landowner convincing a bunch of fucking rednecks that going off to war with their fucking day clothes against a professional military force, professional, was a way to win. I don't know why the poor folks of the South love the Confederation. That was fueled by rich white landowners' desires to not lose their industrial power. Oh no, I have emotions, Matt. I'm fucking angry at the world I live in. I'm such a fucking snowflake. Try harder. Again, Space Drive Films. The Statue of Liberty symbolizes one, the centennial of America being formed. It was given to America on her 100th birthday. Two, to represent the strong ties between the French people and the American people, since they're the ones who helped us fight off the British. And three, it literally says Statue of Liberty, the Statue of Freedom. A Confederate statue and the Statue of Liberty are in direct opposition to each other in their fundamental foundations. The Statue of Liberty, you're free. A Confederate flag, I sure do love owning slaves. Try harder. Statues are monuments to history. I am not saying burn the fucking historical novels, all the letters, all the fucking history. It's a statue. It commemorates history. It does not. What fucking history is inscribed on a Confederate statue? No, it's just some dude on a horse. 1,000 years from now, no one would know what that means if we didn't have the fucking recorded novels and the history books and the letters and all that shit. That's the history. Statues are monuments. They are not history. Gary, everyone loves barbecue if they like meat. There's something primally satisfying about getting a bunch of friends together, roasting up some meat, and eating it together. And I disagree, Space Dave Films. I am engaging in my First Amendment right to protest. The Constitution says I'm legally in the right. So, yeah. Call me a criminal scum. Tell me I'm not allowed to protest a corrupt government that literally murders its own citizens. And tell me I'm breaking the law. Well, start a petition, Matt. Get people together to tear down the Statue of Liberty. See if it gets any support. Go do it. Have fun. The Space Needle was a artistic project for one of the world fairs that took place in Seattle. It was pretty much a look at what we can do and look at all this shiny new technology. Back when the world's fairs were a thing. It's an art project. It's kind of neat. Double checked your facts about the Abraham Lincoln Monument getting vandalized. That's bullshit, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, will be. Having the history in the books. That's where you find the history. I do not support book burnings of any kind. I don't care what fucking book it is. You do not burn books. That is the destruction of information, even false information. If the information contained within is false, it will be proven false and be set onto the, this is bullshit section of the history aisle. Here, if you got questions for me, tag my name in it so I can find it easier. Should have posted that up. Good luck finding that many people who want to tear down the Statue of Liberty, Matt. I hope you fail. But if that's what you want to do with your existence, have fun. You don't have to be here. Nah, the current government is a fat sack of shit in new construction Tampa. And that's why we're trying to change it. Because it is bloated, inefficient, and corrupt to the core. So fuck living with it. Fuck accepting it and dealing with it. We're going to fix it. Because if you don't fix a problem, it gets worse. It's like rot. Eventually, if you let your house get enough rot in it, it will collapse. And I view my nation as a house. I don't want it to collapse. I want it to be better. I want it to be a modern fucking mansion instead of some rustic fucking redneck shack. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is broke. You just don't want to accept the fact it's broken. We are not impeding anyone's constitutional right to travel because that did not involve motor vehicles. You are allowed to walk into the Chads. Like, look at how many people we stop from getting in there. The only reason I stopped that tweaker van, that tweaker car, was because it was a tweaker car. I know those kind of fuckers. They're all over the place out here. No way in the nine hells I'm going to let them in. If they want to get something in there, you can fucking walk. It's only 2 goddamn blocks. I am against the death penalty. I do not believe you can get any benefit from a corpse. Now, you can say whatever the fuck you want, Space Drive Films, and I have the right to say you're a fucking idiot. Freedom of speech goes both ways. It's just a thing, Matt. People are destroying things because the government is killing people. People are more important than things. You can always build a new thing. You can't bring someone back from the dead. You know, put better statues up. Most of those old statues are absolute shit. They're literally put up to piss people off and try and remind those damn dirty blacks to be afraid of the white man. Because remember what we did last time? Well, you lost the fucking war. Why the fuck are you worshiping the losers? There's a Gary. I have not met a leader who called themselves as such. In all my time working at the gates, I have not met a leader. I've designated someone my leader. I have gone, you know what the fuck you're doing. I'm going to listen to you. Because that's how someone becomes a leader. People follow them. Abortion. Oh, a tweaker car? A tweaker is a meth addict. I do not like meth addicts. They keep stealing my shit. They keep coming onto my property and breaking things. Addiction is bad. I wish they could be happy in a way that didn't involve snorting literal poison. My views on abortion. A fetus is an overglorified parasite. Until it is capable of surviving outside of its host without extensive outside support, you know, if they got to go into the fucking premature baby cube to survive, that's fine. But they're not relying on their host to give them blood, give them oxygen, give them nutrients. They are able to produce those things on their own. That is a child. Until such time, they're just a fucking parasite. The woman's right to decide if they want to carry that parasite is their choice. I would put the limit for when you can get an abortion at when it could safely sustain itself or it was a life-threatening emergency, because a fully grown adult is worth more than a fucking fetus. Concentration camps are memorial sites. They are there so people can see exactly what the fuck happened in there. They do not idolize them. They do not glorify them. They simply are preserved so people may know what it was like. If your life's work is to commemorate slavery, it deserves to be destroyed because you are commemorating something that is inherently evil. Unless it's history. It might be flawed history, but it is history. Don't destroy books. Just put them into the section of bullshit. Someone wrote this way back in the day. Here are their words. Learn from them. But a statue, it's a lump of worked metal or rock. It doesn't have any knowledge on it. It's just a pretty picture. And I think you're the problem in this country, Space Drive Films, because you are doing nothing to change the country. You are letting it stagnate, rot, and eventually collapse because you are content. You accept things as the way they are and do nothing to change them. I wish you'd do something to change the world, but you don't want to. Your existence, enjoy. I mean, make all healthcare free. Bree. Allow anyone to get any operation they need, require, or desire for free. Even cosmetic surgery. Even fucking gender reassignment. Whatever. The meaning of life is to be happy. So fucking be happy. However that is. And the government should be focusing on making its population happy. Because that's how a government stays in power. If your people are not happy, you will be overthrown. That's what's happening right now. The people are not happy. Some of them are content, but can you truly say you are happy? That your existence is the best possible existence you could possibly imagine? No, it's my bedroom. There's the window outside. You can't see the woods. There's the front door window. I've got a basement, a full-size basement. It's where I store stuff. It's where I got my rock shop, my emergency supplies, my gun room. Also, a couple people live down there, and that's where the water well is and the radiating floor heating system is. A statue is not history. Again, what information is a statue providing you outside of what some dude looked like in the eyes of the creator? Nothing. And we have, paintings that are actually good looking, that we have photographs of, put into history books for people to see. There are plenty of pictures of those old statues. Put them in a book. They don't need to be on fucking public property. The public doesn't like it, so it got removed. A portion of it, but they're still public. They're still people. They're still citizens who have said, you know what? Fuck that statue of a slaver. Universal health care is sustainable? Yeah, totally. It requires some work to get the proper resources allocated as needed, but yeah, you could totally have sustainable universal health care. Oh, the cost. Find a cheaper way to make the pills. Remember that asshole who decided to take, a $12 shot and try and charge $1,500 for it? Yeah, fuck him. Medicine should be provided at cost of production. If you have to pay any cost, you pay how much it costs to make the damn thing without any markups, without any fucking, oh, I can make a profit on this. No, literally just the cost of materials and fabrication. The concentration camps, space drive film, are a location. They are a memorial. They are left intact so individuals can go to Auschwitz and walk the halls where so many people died, to see the chambers they were gassed in and the incinerators they were burnt in, the barracks they were stored in. Show me a statue that can give you that kind of knowledge about history. Well, Townsend, trying to get those Confederate statues removed has been an ongoing process for a lot of folks for a while. No one, the fucking government officials didn't want them removed because guess what? Systemic racism. Bunch of rich white guys who hate brown people. Fuck them. If they won't do it, the people will. I haven't defaced any statues. If we had some fucking Confederate leader statue up here, yeah, I'd tear that fucker down. Because I'm not going to give a loser a participation trophy. That's what those Confederation statues are. They're participation trophies. Yeah, they paid for them ages ago. Fucking melt it down. Give them the money back. Whatever. Put a better statue up there. Let someone else have their artwork on display instead of, frankly, a lot of half-ass statues. I have seen some pretty derpy-ass expressions on Ulysses S. Grant that are absolutely nothing like what he actually looked like. Then point them out. People enjoyed the statues of slavers, of failures, of individuals who lost. Why do you like the losers, dude? Why give participation trophies to losers? Sorry, but history is written by the victor. And the losers do not get to put up monuments honoring their failures. And again, Matt, take pictures of them. Plenty of pictures were taken of them. Put it in a history book. There's your fucking history. It's a picture in a book. It's still there. It is still historical knowledge, but it is no longer a goddamn eyesore in a public space. Roman statues, some of them are art. Some of them were images for gods. The Venus de Milo. Well, not the Venus de Milo. That was Renaissance work, but it is historical objects. And if they are particularly pretty, sure, keep them. They're pretty. A lot of those statues aren't. They're ugly as fuck. I'm okay with folks tearing down statues of slavers. Slavery is evil. I do not want to have monuments to evil in my nation. Exactly, Patrick. History is written by the victors, but the losers are still sitting here screaming that we were relevant, we were important, we were right. If you were right, you would have won. And as I say, Sisto, fuck the left, fuck the right. Left boot, right boot. They're doing the side-to-side shuffle, saying they're doing something to help us, but they're doing absolutely nothing and letting the country get driven into the fucking ground. I am tired of America being an international laughingstock. Why aren't you? Why is it an international laughingstock? Because of our politics, because of our government. Oh no, people are breaking shit, Matt. People are so mad they are destroying things. They are mad that people are dying. Why are you so upset about a thing being destroyed, but the fact that American citizens are killed every year by American police officers, that's just fine in your books? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why is that okay to you? You really need to ask yourself some questions on why that is okay to you. I can't fucking tell you to be a better person. You have to do that yourself. But if you think killing people because they broke a thing is okay, you've got issues. Guess what, Matt? Public property. It belongs to the people. They are destroying their own things because it is public property. Depends on the statues, Townsend. Is it something that represents evil? Sure. Destroy monuments to evil. I will burn every single Nazi flag I see because that is a monument to evil. Oh, it's someone's thing. It's a monument to evil. Sorry, I don't want evil in my world. Can't kill an evil person, but I can destroy an evil thing. And statues to slavers are evil things because they go, look at this slaver, this person who took away the freedoms of other human beings for their own profit. That is evil. If you don't think slavery is evil, you're fucked in the head in my books. You don't value individual freedoms. You don't value people. You probably just care about yourself. Fuck you, got mine. Be a better person. Be the person Mr. Rogers knows you can be. And if you don't know who Mr. Rogers is, he's one of the best people I could ever imagine in the world. No, I haven't smoked this yet. I've been chilling on it for a while. Let's see. Questions. Exactly, Townsend. We need to change a lot of the government. I do not want to replace the U.S. Constitution. I would like to add a few more amendments because we've added a lot of amendments to the Constitution over the years. That's what the amendments are for, to add on new stipulations and rules for the American civilization as the times progress, as new things are discovered and new laws must be added to our Bill of Rights. What you get as an American citizen. I love freedom of expression, freedom of speech, the First Amendment. I like owning guns, the Second Amendment. I like all the amendments that benefit people. I like human rights. Mount Rushmore could be better. You know? Yeah, you got Washington. You got Jefferson, pair of slavers. I bet you could turn their heads into something different. Or add some fucking, work to the bottom because, yeah, that guy spent his entire life on that. And I got nothing against Abe Lincoln or Teddy. They did some pretty good things. Oh, people should always be uncomfortable with history. But they shouldn't have to have a monument to evil to make them feel uncomfortable about that history. Is it a monument to evil individuals, Sisto? Or however you pronounce your name? Sisato? Whatever. Because that's what I see the Confederate monuments as. They are monuments to evil. They are monuments to slavery. Slavery is evil. Oh, but it's about my state's rights. Yeah, your state right to own slaves. Have you not read the fucking articles of secession that they all put out? Almost all of them say, we have the right to own slaves. Fuck you, that's evil. No, yeah, people argue over opinions, and well, it's how you change opinions. You know, you can't change a mind that doesn't want to be changed. And a lot of people don't want to change their minds; they just want to change the minds of others. Well, if you want to change minds, you have to accept having your mind changed too. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. You're just trying to rally for your particular cause, not improve the world. Progressive, Kilper. That's it. Forward. Fucking forward. I like democracy. Direct democracy. Not this representative republic we have. America's a democracy. No, it's a representative republic. I want every American citizen to have a say in anything that relates to them. You know, dude down in Tampa, Florida does not need to have a say on my fucking, local city ordinance about what public park we should install. But for shit that involves the entire nation, yes, everyone should have a say. They have a right to ignore us. They don't have to watch the evening news. They don't have to go onto their Facebook account and see the post after post after post. The best way I've heard described my utopian society is fully automated, luxury, gay space communism, where robots do all the work, people just get to do what makes them happy, and we are in space. Fuck living on Earth. It's very dangerous here. We should get off of it. Uh, we are all human. That is something I would add to the Constitution as an amendment, Tampa, is all humans are created equal. Not at the moment. Haven't had time to sit down and read a book. If you want any literary suggestions, I advise Dennis E. Taylor. We Are Legion. We Are Bob. The starting of the book is a bit heavy-handed that religion's bad, okay, for America, but once he gets into space, it gets a lot more interesting. The notion that the pyramids were built by slaves has failed. Those folks are paid very well because they built the pyramids when it wasn't time to plant plants. I am agnostic. I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a higher power guiding reality. As such, don't care. I'll be a good person. If St. Peter wants to judge me at the gates of heaven, he can read the story of my life, not and see if I was a good person, not if I paid lip service to a particular god or not. I know a lot about Christianity because my father was ex-Mormon and my mother was raised in an Eastern Orthodox household. But for my own personal beliefs, don't know, don't care, be good. Thank you, Gary. I mean, Sisto, the state has the right to ignore us. The city does not need to provide us public utilities. They give us porta shitters. But we have a right to protest. And that's what we're doing. Son of God, I know enough about the Christian faith to believe Satan was the good guy in the story and Jesus was fucking awesome. More people should be like Jesus. That's all I need to get out of Christianity. There are a series of porta-johns, Gary. And we are also, various individuals allow us to use their private dwelling facilities if we need to. Townsend, the folks living in the Chaz are a mixed bag. I have gotten more approval from individuals living in the area than I've gotten scorn. There are a handful of folks who absolutely hate us and think we're destroying their lives and you're hurting the property value of the place. And to them I say, sorry, you are inconvenienced that I am lividly angry at the fact the police are killing people. Have a good day. Oh, someone's blessing off fireworks. Listening to the other chat while I do this. Well, I mean, I thought when you said people living in the chop, you meant the local residents living there. And that's what I was talking about. The folks living in the chop are either protesters or homeless folk. And I can tell you the homeless folk fucking love us. I have been told repeatedly that they have never felt safer and they've never been better fed. So, yeah. I got no problem providing a safe haven for a bunch of homeless folks living on the streets. I do it already in my own home. Karl Marx, he had some good ideas, but his ideas are grossly outdated and we need to make better ideas. Again, Scotty's just hitting the fat bong rips and destroying his lungs, but whatever. He'll be fine. The King James Version. You mean the bastardized English version of the Bible? I suggest, if you want to read the Bible, you go back to the oldest form of the Bible. That will be the most accurate version because things get lost in translation. Sorry, a book is not infallible, neither are man, and the word of God has been corrupted to suit the needs of individuals in power. Look at the fucking ancient popes. Corrupt motherfuckers to the core. Fuck's sake, there was one pope who got thrown out of a window by a jealous lover because the dude was fucking his wife. Religion has always been a means of control, taking humanity's ignorance to the reality of the world and spinning it in such a way that benefits individuals. Faith is fine, religion is bad. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to, so long as you accept the truth of the world as we know it. I am 32 years old. Damn, you're almost dead. Nope, you are dead. One moment. Where did the charge cord for this go? That's around here somewhere. I'll pop it on when I'm done. We do not have a chain of command to the best of my knowledge. We just have competent individuals doing the things that they know best. And if you've got a good idea, better than what I can make, I'll listen to you. The guy who's like the head of the Night Watch is ex-military. Yeah, I trust a dude who has worked in the military to know how to secure a perimeter. He spent his life in there. Oh, I'd have to look at the names myself. Again, typo negative is a rare trait. I don't listen to them often, but sometimes I just want to. Well, fuck the legality of taking it over. The laws are corrupt. We are protesting the laws. And in an indirect way, no, because we're kicking them square in the wallet. We are taking away their toys. No, you don't get your fortress. You don't get this base of operations. Because the only way to deal with the people in power is to kick them in the wallet. That's the only thing they care about. Maybe a few of them are actually good people, but for the mass majority, they're just fucking evil people who want money and power. If you want power, I think you're kind of an evil person. You want to control other humans. I don't care if you want to lead, but you want to rule? We don't need rulers anymore. Everyone can be as smart as the greatest of scholars if they put their work into it, because you have the fucking internet. Use the damn thing. Learn something new. If I could seize the assets of every billionaire in the US, I would put it towards social programs, things that would improve the quality of life for the American citizens and the world citizens. Because America is my first target, but I want to make the world a better place, not just America. A rising tide lifts all boats. America will be the one that raises the tide if I can get my access to it. I'm just a jack of all trade, master of none. Because the more you know about a specific subject, the less you know overall, because you have dedicated far more of your time, energy, and effort into learning that one particular thing. I'd rather know a little about a lot than a lot about a little. The folks who put the fist up were just some guys who wanted to put up some art. They made a big wooden fist, painted it black and pink, and wanted to put it up in the area. I hope it stays there for the rest of time. Exactly. The Chaz is operated by individuals with certain sets of skills. We don't require qualification. You just need to know what the fuck you're doing and be able to give the best ideas for the matter at hand. And yet, China is supposedly a communist regime. I figure more people could be lifted out of poverty if we used a more efficient system. I believe the person on the board of directors should be the most competent individual. If that minimum wage worker can prove that they are more competent at the task, then have the fucking people, have the fucking minimum wage worker do it. I like meritocracy. The best should lead because they are the best at their particular field. I am sick and tired of the board of directors for my nation being a bunch of fucking lawyers. What the fuck do you know about agriculture, dude? What the fuck do you know about military defense? What the fuck do you know about education? You're a fucking lawyer. Automation would be a part of improving the quality of life for all individuals. So a portion of it would go to automation. But you also got things like people need to eat. We don't have the robots in the field yet to make all the food, so make sure folks can eat until we get the robots in the field. We don't have the robots that can perform, life-saving surgeries for $1.50 a go. So put it towards making sure the doctors still get paid and trained. More education, smarter people. The smarter your population is, the better your production is. Oh, China is destined to go the way that China has gone in the past and implode into a bunch of feuding warlords bickering over their little portions of land until someone raises to power, gets them whipped into shape, and, makes another fucking dynasty. The fucking mandate of heaven thing going on in China for the last few thousand years. Manufacturing jobs? I would see a 3D printer in every home and an auto lathe in every garage. Well, yes, I think you should be able to download a car and have it built at your fucking house. The only thing that we should be shipping across the oceans are, resources to have turned into stuff. Not, well, we build this here, build this there, build that there, and assemble it here. No, we should. The resources come to location, and we build it there. That's more efficient. I use Old Spice Coral Reef because I think it smells briny, and I like the smell of the ocean. What time is it? 10:30. No, I can do this for another half hour before I go to bed. Any other questions? Considerations? Debates? I love debates, so long as you know how to debate. Cool. Your farm is being more efficient. Everything should be more efficient. Efficiency is great. I would like to see your family farm reduced to 0 people working. Where those who want to be on the farm, being a farmer, cool, be a farmer. If that's what you want to do with your life, go fucking ahead. Now, I look like a lot of people. I've got doppelgangers all over the place. I plan to go back to the Chaz tomorrow, Mike. I took care of the shit I needed to here, and I know that the weekend crowd is going to be massive, so all hands on deck. They might sit on the reserves, but if you do not have the tools necessary to access those resources, they are effectively useless to you, yo. You know, if they could get the infrastructure in place to extract those resources, I think they'd be better off. But they do not have the material resources required to access it. So they can't. It's like sitting on a fucking giant gold vein 50 feet under your feet. Oh, yeah, it's a metric ton of gold that you can't access. So, you know, if Venezuela managed to. Oh, yeah, sorry. No, posit your questions. Like, when it comes to setting up an aquaponics farm on my property, I don't intend to live here much longer. I'm looking to sell off all of this once I establish other dwellings that better suit my needs. I don't like my neighbors. The only neighbors I have that I like are the old couple that live right down the road. They're cool. But everyone else in the neighborhood, oh, fuck them. I hate them. Those fuckers wouldn't give me the time of day, much less a cup of sugar if I asked it so I could bake them a cake. They'd think I drugged the cake because I look like a weirdo. No, Gary. I believe that if someone is opposed to the systemic racism inherent in the American system, they should be out there protesting regardless of the coloration of their skin. The reason why you see a bunch of white folk guarding the gates is because we were asked to by the Black Lives Matter leadership, because Black Lives Matter, it does have leadership. And they asked, you know, white folks at the front, you know, guard us while we do our thing. And okay, 100% down for that. I'll take a bullet for you. You know, I think, you know, having a few folks of African descent join us up there might, you know, spice things up a little bit. But again, the reason why it's a bunch of white folk at the gate is because we were asked to. We were, you know, protect us from the other crazy white fuckers who would come down here and shoot us all. They're less likely to hurt you. It was shown during the protests that the police were less likely to engage in violent activity if they were confronted with a wall of white people. Not that I have seen, Gary. Although I have heard that the Black Panther movement in California has joined in on the Los Angeles protests. That's where the Black Panthers were centered out of, California. That's why California has such rampant anti-gun laws. It was to curb the Black Panthers from having guns. Dennis, I'm only as important as you folks make me. I am just some fucking rustneck in the woods. But got 20 folks here watching me, asking questions, curious on what I have to say on a matter. Bree, their incentive to prevent police violence is the fact that police kill a lot of fucking black people every year. Sounds like a goddamn good goal for me. I don't like the fact that cops kill people. You're innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Oh, but he was doing, you are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That is the law of the land. Why do cops get to violate the law of the land when they're supposed to enforce the laws? I don't know where the Hells Angels began. You know, in California would make sense, but I'd have to go digging around for the facts on where their origin was. They were a biker gang that got very powerful because of drugs. You want to fucking weaken every single gang in the world? Legalize drugs. That is the legalized drugs and legalized sex work. Prostitution is the oldest profession. Why is it illegal? It should be regulated with regular health checks for the folks who want to do it. Because I know folks who would just absolutely love to make a living just fucking, spending their entire lives having orgasms. Sounds like fun. Not my cup of tea, but you do you, Boovla. Have fun with your life. Oh yeah, cops still won't take your money. That's why pimps would wear extensive gold jewelry, because any money they had on them would be taken and not returned once they got out. But the jewelry, no, that was a possession. They'd have to give that back. If someone profits at the death of an individual, they're not a good person. They are profiting because they are protesting vividly the fact that police kill people. Okay, they get donations from people who are also pissed off that police kill people. Like, Brie, why are you okay with the fact that police kill people? I don't care what color their skin is, police kill people. Why does that not make you angry? I've read some of Hunter S. Thompson's work, and it was very interesting. Gonzo journalism is one hell of a drug. Yeah, I'm fine with being Brad. It's just a nickname. You guys didn't know what my actual name was, so you gave me one. That's how nicknames work. Usually my nickname is Red, because Red, but Brad? Okay, cool. That works. Have fun. I don't find it insulting, so I am perfectly fine with it. The biggest problem the United States faces is the fact that we are on a freight train towards oblivion, and everyone is saying, well, we can't change courses. Nope, we are. We are dead set going down this path. There's nothing we can do about it. Embrace the coming of oblivion. Nah. I'd rather live forever, thank you. I do not believe we should completely abolish the police. I find the idea of peacekeepers a good thing. I believe we should abolish the police's ability to kill people. That sounds about right, because, you know, if a cop kills a criminal, well, you're killing an innocent person because they have not been proven guilty in the court of law. Radio, you can find me on this name pretty much everywhere. If you look for Ragebrew on Discord, I'll probably be the first one that pops up. I use that little miner icon for everything. That is officially my personal avatar. I asked the artist who made it if I could use it for myself, and they said yes. So That little blue-eyed, olive green, and purple striped weirdo, that is my icon. I I'll get the thing copyrighted once I have that ability because yeah, that's my icon. Mine. You're welcome to use it. But if you use something that is mine, I ask for 1%. 1% of whatever profit you make off of it, I ask for that. Because you are using something that is mine, and I think that 1% is a damn fine deal for using something that is mine. Actually, I could tell you my headset. Yeah, Bree, and I believe we should decriminalize and legalize all drugs because prohibition doesn't work. The 1920s showed us that you can't prohibit things. You just lead to crime. Legalize everything. Look at how fucking marijuana went from, oh, it's almost as bad as heroin to an essential industry when Corona hit. The fucking pot shops became essential services. It's almost like drugs aren't bad. It's addiction that's bad. You can be addicted to anything. I know workaholics. My father was one. Without his job, he had no meaning in life and he killed himself. Addiction's bad, okay? You can be addicted to things besides drugs. I believe the police have the right to defend themselves. And that is why I believe that police should be given the best personal protection equipment that money can buy. I would love to see fucking power armored police officers walking around with large foam batons and a little fucking, tentacle grabber that could restrain you in soft velvety cords that wouldn't hurt you. I think that would be far more effective than, oh my God, you're shooting at me. Pow, 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 pow. No, it's, oh, you're shooting at me. Tink, tink. You are under arrest for assault on a police officer. Tink. Fucking police and power armor. Make it happen. Give those police guard the best fucking protective equipment they need. They don't need guns. No. RoboCop. They don't need to be cyborgs, but give them a fucking RoboCop armor. Well, son of God, if we could all talk together, it'd be a clusterfuck. I am working on establishing a Discord server. I'm just not that savvy with technology. I'll probably try and get my tech guru to do it for me. Yeah, giant spider drones that, creep along buildings and watch people. It's like, oh, you're committing a crime. Just adhesive spray. You literally go from, I'm gonna to, shit, I can't move. That's non-porous enough that if you got it all over your mouth, you'd still be able to breathe. But it's so tough that you can't move. That kind of shit. That's what should be Town Guard. And Gary, fear is the mind killer. Stop being afraid. If you give up fear, you will have a much happier life. I am concerned that I will get shot sitting up at the barricade. I am not afraid of being shot. I will die if it means I can protect 2 people. That's it. If my death saves 2 lives, that is a net positive at death to life ratio. I'd rather not die, but I will if I have to. It's what everyone who's decided to be a guardian agrees to. I might die doing this. It's for a good cause. Yeah, we have armed 2 patriots with us, son of God. The friends of John Brown. They are heavily armed individuals, many of which have concealed carry permits that are our final line of defense in case a bunch of crazy gun nuts show up and decide to shoot us. I want everyone to know there are guns on site. This is America. Right to bear arms. Washington is an open carry state. I could put my hunting rifle across my back and march up and down as a guard if I wanted to, and it would be legal. Because Washington is an open carry state. We get to have guns in our protest. I don't want to use them, but if we have to, we will. We will not open fire on someone. We will return fire. Because if someone tries to kill you, it's your right to try and kill them first. If they didn't want to die, they wouldn't be trying to kill you. Well, I mean, stick to all the amendments. No, I'm not afraid of getting shot. I'm concerned about it. I believe that if I catch COVID or a bullet, I will be out of commission for a long period of time and unable to perform my duty. But I'm willing to risk it because this is something that has to be done. And if it's not done, I see America failing utterly and completely, becoming completely irrelevant on the world stage and an open target to anyone who thinks they're more powerful than us. I believe police should have non-lethal weapons, completely non-lethal. A padded baton. You can do a lot with a padded baton if you know how to use the damn thing. Adhesive spray. Fucking Spider-Man, those motherfuckers. Just, oh, you're criminal scum? Now you can't move. I think that would work. We have quick drying adhesive sprays that you could make porous enough, like fucking silly string. Industrial grade silly string that once it hardens in a matter of seconds, it's too tough for you to move through, but it's porous enough for you to breathe through. I think cops should have that instead of guns, because then they could detain someone at range without risking their life. If you have to remove me by force, you are not in the correct, because you are unable to convince me to move. The use of force is the final option. Will be no, because a police is a public defender. The police should have armor that can tell any civilian grade firearm to go fuck itself, though. Power armor police. Give them personal suits of exoskeleton armor that could laugh off a 50 caliber round. Give that to the police so they feel safe not having a gun, because they don't need a gun. They have fucking power armor. Well, Rowan, design a foam that doesn't burn. Material science is a great field of science. I'm sure there's something we could use. But we should use a more efficient method than flinging a little piece of rock at high speeds into somebody's body to terminate their existence. Yep. I find that the First Amendment is a far better amendment for making change because I don't need to pay for words. I have an infinite supply of words at my disposal. I only have so many bullets in my armory. Yeah, restraining equipment. You know, it's a shotgun that shoots a net. Cool. That would work. A glue gun. In a parallel universe, I am everything and I am nothing, because there are infinite number of parallel universes, thus an infinite number of realities that could exist. Well, that's why you ensure, will be, that your police are individuals that you would trust in power armor. That aren't going to be stomping around in their suit of heavy plate mail going, hey, I can abuse people now because they can't hurt me. No, they'll go, Good. Now I can do my job without worrying about being hurt. And again, replace the police with fucking observation drones that have sticky spider webs. Fucking robo spiders that crawl around in the dark, watching people, making sure that people are safe. No, Brie, I'd rather become the president to implement my plans. I find that to be a far more effective route. I've got 4 years to make it happen. Why not start it here? No, I do not agree with tasers because people can be killed by tasers. A lot of people have been killed by tasers. Stun weaponry, like a just one of those little two-pronged stun guns, not so bad because that current that's fucking with them is localized to a small area. It won't jump across your heart and kill you. Still not good though. We have more efficient means than electrocuting people's muscles into seizing up and making it so they cannot move. That's what a taser does. It literally just locks you up into place and you fall over. Again, I don't have a running mate yet. If someone wants to be my VP, I'll fucking get to know them and see if I agree with their beliefs. Limited power over the local police, but a lot of power over, the nation itself. Highest office in the land. The president is the single most powerful individual in America in terms of what their authority can do. I could run for representative, I could run for senator, I could run for all of these smaller offices, but to the best of my knowledge, the one office that can have the most impact on America is the president. Charles, I did not expect that someone would live stream that location. I just went there to be there. Yeah, I talked to people about this, but just having a bunch of folks go, I like this guy, and he hasn't even said a goddamn word to me. Fuck yeah, awesome. Let's talk, guys. Love to get to know you. I mean, if Minnie wanted to. No, I'm looking for the most competent individual to assist me, be my vice president. If I become famous enough to draw the eyes of competent individuals, I will be able to pick a running partner. But for right now, I'm waiting. I will find someone, or someone will find me. That is true, will be. But the president also has the power of executive orders. They have the power of veto. They are the one American individual that pretty much every American knows about. Do you know who the congressman of Wyoming is? Do you know who the senator in New Mexico is? There's two of them. You know their names? No. But every American knows Trump's name for one reason or another because he's the president. Not at all, Kilpler, because the military is staying the fuck out of this. All the National Guard withdrew in Seattle. They went back to base. Like, okay, oh, we're short on resources. No, the military's not. They are loaded to the gills with gubbins. They might have to use older technology, but we are still at the bleeding edge of military technology. No one's got the same edge as we do. Not even China, not Russia. Russia has less men than we do, less war machines. China has a fuck ton of men, but their technology is pretty shit. I would not touch a Chinese-made AK-47 if you paid me to, because I don't trust basic Chinese steel. Why the fuck would I trust it processed? No, it's China. I'm not going to say it like that bloated up windbag full of shit Trump does. Dude seems mentally handicapped to me. It would easily explain a lot of his behavior and mentality and beliefs. He is mentally handicapped. Chai Sato. All right. I can try and remember that. I imagine it's Japanese, given its use of syllables. Don't know the specifics, but if you'd care to inform me, I'd care to learn so I can get to better know you. It's only fake news when it doesn't benefit him. Ah, Korean. My apologies. I know of the animosity between those two nations. Although, you both got really good food. As I've said, my favorite kind of food is Asian food. It's got the best spice palette. And I am willing to try goddamn near anything. Just Trump has a beef with anyone who dares disagree with him. No, Brie. If somehow people do not wake up to the failure of the two-party system over all of this, I will just continue pressing my message harder because they will have to deal with another 4 fucking years of the left boot, right boot treatment that the Democratic and Republican Party system has given us. Eh, I'll call you dude. Call you bro. And I'll give you a nickname if I ever meet you. Because I'm shit with names. I can remember faces like no man's business, but when it comes to names, I got to deal with you a lot to actually remember your name. Now I just picked that position because that's where my GPS led me. I was like, all right, this looks like a barricade. Where you want me, boys? Right here will do. All right, right here I'll stay. Now, back to you, Bree. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Telling people to fucking think. And to really, really ask yourself, are you a good person? Do you help others? Do you have any restrictions on those you help? Are there anyone that you hurt? Is there anyone you enjoy hurting? Because, again, good and evil does not have to be this huge, deep, oh, what does it mean question. No, I've boiled that shit down. Good, helping others at the expense of the self. Evil, helping the self at the expense of others. If you can formulate a simpler method of explaining good and evil, I am all fucking ears. Trump disrupting the political scene is a blithering idiot screaming around, driving his cult followers to disregard the evidence of your eyes and ears and believe what I tell you, while the Chaz is going, shit's fucked, we need to fix it. I'd rather you feel like shit, know how bad things are going on, and try to fix it than feel good. Fuck your feels. I want facts. I want improvements. I would rather feel like shit working on something important than feel good and doing fuck all to change the world. Yeah, giant douche or turd sandwich. I prefer shit taco or turd sandwich because they're effectively the same thing, just a little bit different. A douche at least has a use. It's a fucking plastic bottle that you can use to squirt things. And again, fuck Biden, fuck Trump. They're both shit. I'm tired of shit. Yeah, because Mike, he made a cult. He convinced a bunch of people that he would come in like a fucking whirlwind, fix all their problems overnight, and they'd get a blowjob every week and a bit of cunnilingus on the weekends. Nah, he's a fucking scam artist. Look at the list of that man's failures. It is a goddamn litany. If he won because he's different from the rest, well, baby, I am fucking one of a kind. Might as well make the most of it. Better weird than boring. Brie, how do you get happiness? Do you take it from others? Why is it evil to sacrifice yourself to save a life? Yeah, sure. Pop up in the old Steam real quick and add your own. Doop-doo-doo. Come on. There you go. Tampa, the only person I work for is myself. No one's paying me shit. If someone wanted to try and bribe me, I take the money, laugh at them, and walk away. Not gonna do what you fucking tell me, but you gave me money. Sure, I'll take it. No. I'll work for people I like. My job working as a retrofitter, I enjoyed greatly. The only reason I stopped doing it is because the commute was absolute shit, 6 hours a day. No, I'd like to do other things with my time than drive and wait in traffic. I'm working as a writer, and I'm trying to get work as a voice actor to assist the peddlers of smut I'm investing in make better smut. Because I think I can write damn good smut, and I've got a good voice. And I can do really rude things with it if I want to. Yeah, and Richard, I would like to try to be the first president to say, I'm going to do everything I can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything I can to make the nation better. What that exactly is, I will determine that when the people who are assisting me make the nation better tell me how we can make the nation better. I've got some plans. Automate the means of production. That's my campaign slogan. Well, automate the means of production sapient, because I like taking good phrases. Seize the means of production, comrade. All right, well, automate the means of production sapient. It's far more efficient, because then we don't need ditch diggers. I've never met a person who enjoys digging ditches as a job. I like digging holes as a hobby. You can find some really neat stuff in holes and put pretty things in them, like trees. I mean, I'd have to get to know more about what she's doing, or he. But, hey, you're passing laws. You're doing the thing. Good on you, mate. There's still more work to be done. Get back to fucking work. You're a public servant. Stop doing photo ops and do your fucking job. Another reason why I hate Trump. The man doesn't do his fucking job. He goes off and plays golf week after week while the nation is literally on fire. Oh, there's rioting in the streets. The people are unhappy. I'm going to turn off all of my hot lights and hide in a hole. That's not what a leader does. That is what a coward does. I do not want a coward to lead my nation. I know we come from apes. We evolved from formerly tree-dwelling animals. That's why I've got forward-facing eyes instead of sideward-facing eyes. We lived in trees, so we needed to judge distances that ran out of trees due to geological changes. So we took to the plains, and we evolved to become plains-dwelling animals that literally ran things to death to eat their flesh. Persistence hunting. It's a great evolutionary trait. Trump is just a fat sack of shit. Don't idolize the man. Don't say he's anything more than what he is. A sack of shit. All the apes did evolve. We don't come from chimpanzees. We came from something that chimpanzees also evolved from because their offspring selected a different evolutionary niche. That's how evolution works. Not enough, Bree. I don't know why people aren't more upset that police are killing people, that they are committing war crimes on their citizens, that corrupt politicians are fucking over our nation, and we're supposed to just fucking deal with it. I'm tired of just dealing with it. I'm going to fucking change it. Why aren't you? You don't need to be in the streets to change either. For every boot on the ground, there are 10 people supporting them. You can do armchair activism for all I care, so long as you actually do it and try. Change the fucking world. I know you can. Why aren't you? Because, Mike, the modern day apes, we didn't evolve from them. We evolved from something they evolved from. You know, we all come from single cell organisms way back in the fucking day that decided that instead of eating sunlight, we'd eat other single celled organisms. Uh, I'm not convinced of the simulation hypothesis, but it is possible. The only way to find out is to find out. And until then, I'm just going to act like this is reality. Because if it is indistinguishable from reality, it is reality. A few bad apples ruin the bunch. That goes both for the police and the protesters. But the few bad apples in the police are killing people. The few bad apples in the protesters are breaking shit. People are worth more than things. If you disagree with me on that, I think you are fucked in the head. Because you can make a new thing, you can't bring a person back to life. I understand symbolism. I know that symbols are incredibly important. Symbols allow you to convey a great deal of information in a very small space. The study of symbolisms is effectively the study of memes because symbols are memes. Knowledge is memes. No? Any form of information that is not genetically passed on is a meme. People were killed for breaking things. A few people got crushed by things, but, well, frankly, I feel that's because of their own stupidity. You should not have been standing right next to a collapsing statue, sir. But a thing has no control over itself. It is just a thing. A person has control over themselves, and there are people in police force killing other people. And I'm not okay with that. And I don't know why other people are okay with that. Why are public guardians killing the public? Yeah, and I'm sure that bad apple got thrown the fuck out. But There's rape going on right now outside of the Chaz. And I'd wish that did happen. That's something else I'm trying to change in the world. It's on my list of objectives because rape is evil. I don't want to live in an evil world. I will not accept that we must have evil. Yeah, Richard, stupidity should be painful or lethal, depending on the level of stupidity. But stupidity is a person's own problem. I have a great deal of problems with people killing people. People are the most important thing in the world. And the notion that human life is cheap is flawed. It takes a whole hell of a lot of time, energy, effort, and resources to take a human from gestation to a productive adulthood. And every time someone dies, all those resources are thrown out the window. No, I'm not agnostic to the fact that evolution exists. We have observed evolution. There are bacteria that have evolved to eat plastic. That is evolution, because plastic did not exist until we started making it. Kepler, I have done pretty much every single drug under the sun that does not involve jamming a needle into one of my veins. Only thing I'm addicted to are cigarettes and weed. And my addiction to weed is mostly because I use it for medicinal purposes. It helps me eat, it helps me deal with pain. I'd like to stop smoking, but there's something viscerally satisfying about smoking a cigarette that I can't find anywhere else. I've got a supply of nicotine dermal patches, and I use them. You know what, Gary? I think I could make the world peaceful if I made the world a place where everyone got what they needed and could get the stuff that they wanted if they were just patient about it. I would like a new boat. Adding boat to resource processing queue. Please stand by for production. Estimated time at current level of production, 8 months. Cool. I just have to wait 8 months and I will have a new boat. I've got food. I've got clothing. I've got entertainment. You could easily give everyone those things. But no. We live in a world where fuck you, get yours. Nah, I'm tired of that world. I will be their strength for them, Kepler. I will say the things that they are not brave enough to say. I will put myself into the line of fire so they do not have to. It is the duty of the strong to protect the weak, to support them, to help them. Because you have strength, others do not. Use it for others, not yourself. The weak should be glad they have strong people on their side, not fear them. Bree, that is true. A boat owner's happiest 2 days are when they buy the boat and sell the boat. But it's just an example. You know, I'd like a new wing added to my house. I'd like, a shiny suit of armor. I would like a neat thing, not a necessary thing. Tell me why, Gary. Tell me why the universe doesn't work like that. There is no such thing as post scarcity. There will always be a limit to resources. However, the point of automating the means of production is opening that bottleneck up, allowing us access to more resources that we are not exploiting. Why colonize Mars so you can live on the surface of it when you could turn all of Mars into space habitats? Seems more efficient to me. Oh, but Mars is a part of our solar system's history. It's a giant ball of rock. Why not use the rock? Just because a nation is smaller does not mean we can't use the micro scale on the macro scale if it works that way. I want to live in a world where billionaires don't exist. You don't need that much fucking money. I like my cobwebs. I am not going to remove my cobwebs. I like spiders, and cobwebs are a nice network of paths for spiders to take so they don't have to crawl up my wall and fall on my fucking head. Yeah, the universe is hostile. So is Earth. We can make it less hostile by building shelters. What do you think a house is for? It shelters you from the harshness of the world. Humanity has been trying to make the universe less hostile to our existence since we first picked up a rock and thought, yeah, I can use this to bash open a skull instead of my fist. I mean, if everyone's a billionaire, no one's a billionaire because then it wouldn't matter. We would all have the access to resources that we require. I am not a capitalist. I do not like how capitalism works. It is an inherently flawed system that turns human against human in the pursuit of money, the pursuit of things. Humanity is a communal species. We evolved to work together for a common goal. It is by humans working together that we have reached civilization. Yeah, and you can treat addiction. Addiction is caused because the person is unhappy with their life and they find something to distract them from the problem. Video game addiction, work addiction, sex addiction, drug addiction, addiction. But you can treat addiction by making people happy without needing to turn to something that is harming them for joy. You just have to give them the option to find what makes them happy and do what makes them happy. Yeah, but capitalism is also a system that says, I will fuck you over sideways to make sure that I get more money than you do because we are competitors. Instead of collaborating together, these mega corporations stab each other in the back and try to make more money than their competitors. So they're the only option. So people have no choice in the matter and have to buy their shit. I would rather a 3D printer in every home and an auto lathe in every garage, where if you go, I want to buy a car. Well, not buy a car, I want a car. You can fucking go to a free download service that lets you program your auto lathe to make you a fucking car of whatever maker model you want. No more Chevy, no more Ford, no more this, no more that. You would have people who make cars because they like making cars, allowing people to download their shit. Modding. The free modding scene for video games is why I know people will do shit they love for free if they have the option to do it, because people already do it. You also inhibit your competitors by limiting the access to that innovation through the use of patents and copyrights. I'm sorry, you can't use my proprietary object. It is mine. You can't make it, even though it would benefit everyone if we all made it, because I want money. Well, you can seek treatment for it. Mental disorders tend to be genetic, and you can get treatment for them. Yeah. And, well, I don't think everyone is perfectly honest with how they treat one another. So I don't think capitalism works. We need a new system. Because at the moment, I need money. I need to use money to make sure my lights stay on, to make sure my belly stays full, to make sure I can brush my teeth. I'd rather not need to ask for 1%. I would like nothing more than to be able to use anything I create however you like for the sake of using it. But if you're going to make money off something I created, I want 1%. Just 1%. A penny off every dollar you make. Is that too much to ask? Well, there you go. Eventually, I'll let you use it for free when I no longer need money. I'd like to be a point where I don't need money, but sadly, I do. So that's why I ask 1%. And I ask. I don't demand. I don't get it in writing. You could do it without giving me that 1%, and I do nothing to stop you, except call you a dick. Nah, I just ask for 1%. That is frankly all I feel you using my shit to make something is worth. Because you're putting in all the effort to make something new with what I created. Yeah. I don't think you have enough money to help me pay my mortgage off once they start charging me again for it. But that's why I'm selling land. Nah. Send your money to folks who actually need it. Folks who are homeless. Folks who need legal support, medical support. All those kind of folks. I'll be fine with what I got. But if you make money off something I make, well, I'll take 1%. That's all I ask. Yeah, what time is it? Well, folks, we've been at this for 2 hours and 16 minutes. So I'm going to call that a night. It's been a pleasure talking to you all, and I look forward to doing this next time I come back from the chop shop. Until then, this has been Ragebrew. Till next time.